John Kavakis here with another edition of My Take. Today we're going to take a look at Stamp's 1969 Cadillac Coupe DeVille. Now, the DeVille series has been around since 1949. Cadillac got its name from a French term for of the town. We also get town car from this. And that first two-door model was one of the first pillarless two-door hardtops available alongside the Buick Roadmaster Riviera and the Oldsmobile 98 Holiday. So Cadillac won the very first Motor Trend Car of the Year award that year for its excellent V8 engine, 160 horsepower. Now, I don't know what kind of regard you have for Motor Trend's Car of the Year, but it used to be very prestigious, and in later years it kind of became the kiss of death for a car. So, but Cadillac got the first one. By 1969, they were into their third generation, and the DeVille sat right in the middle of the lineup. The Calais was down below it. The Series 60 Special was above it. Cadillac Eldorado was even above that, and the car was huge. It was 225 inches long. They had extended the hood by 8 inches the year before to do the hideaway windshield wipers. So it had a 472 cubic inch V8, 375 horsepower. It was powerful. And as this car got longer and bigger, so did the feature list. So the options and the standard features. But in 1969, that model year, there was something missing on Cadillac for the very first time. Do you know what it was? You probably got it. Vent windows, vent windows. And an all-new ventilation system, new climate control system. Cadillac decided that there was no longer a need for vent windows, and they eliminated them in the name of increased visibility and better visibility. Now, I don't know what you think. I know there are some people who are still waiting for them to come back. So, Stamp has just introduced a 1/43rd resin version of the Cadillac Coupe DeVille, and it comes in 3 colors. Now, I'm going to get this open here. I'm going to show you something. I don't know if I've shown you this before, but this is a trick I learned from a friend, Bob Jackman. Sometimes it's hard to get the boxes open, and sometimes it's very difficult to get the box open without ripping the flaps. And so I found a long, flat object. This is a box opener. Anything will work. You put it in the box and you kind of wiggle it around, and the flap comes right open. So, and then you can take your model out without having ripped the box. If you're one of those guys that wants to save the box at all costs, this is a way to do it. So we're going to get the car on the turntable and take a close look at it. Now, it's available in 3 different colors. It comes in Shalimar Gold Metallic, which is kind of a greenish gold. Comes in Chateau Mauve Metallic and Astro Blue Metallic. I've got the Astro Blue right here. We're going to put it on the turntable and take a close look at it. Now, I've got to tell you something. The color, they've nailed the color. I haven't seen the other 2 in person, but this is almost an exact replica of Astro Blue Metallic. So, and the finish is typical GLM Stamp. It's deep, it's lustrous, it's just beautiful. Lensing and badging on the front are incredible. The grille has incredible dimension to it. It's nearly perfect. Around the back, the tail lights, the lenses and the tail lights look very realistic. And again, we've got incredible badging and emblems in the back. On the side trim, you know, there's an issue here. Some people have a rough time with this. I personally don't struggle with it, but the rub strip on the side is done in silver. It's very well picked out. But if that's an issue for you, you're going to think about this. I don't think it detracts from the model. Again, you may think differently on that. But even as I look at that, I see there are details that are just absolutely outstanding. The cornering lights on the front fenders are just beautiful little works of art. The emblem on the hood, the mirror, they went to square mirrors in 1968, and this is a really nice rendition of the mirrors. The right shape, it's the right size. The trim around the windows is to scale. It's photo etch, but it's to scale, and it looks really good. And they've got a really nice simulation to the vinyl top on the top, even with the seam running down the middle. They've got little things here that really make the car, the the little strip of metal between the trunk and the rear window has the appropriate creases in it. There's a crease in the trunk, a crease in the hood, very, very accurately replicated. The little things just are outstanding. The lensing in the rear bumper below the taillights, just beautiful. And then, of course, we have the interior, and the interior is absolutely outstanding. They've got the high back seats, the luxurious door panels, that steering wheel. They have really worked well in replicating the steering wheel, and the dash, of course, is always very nice from Stamped and GLM. And I want to mention the wheels here. These wheels are really outstanding. Now the white walls are right, but the wheels themselves, when I looked at them, I thought it might be a little bit plain, but you know, I had to get a flashlight out and magnify them and take a look at it, and then look at the real wheel and compare the two. And they've done an outstanding job on the wheels, and I'll give them kudos for that, because it's hard to see, hard to pick out with the naked eye, but they go the extra mile and make this happen. So the color's right, the details are right, the calipers, it measures out to almost exactly 225 inches. Really outstanding job there. And I'd like to go from here to the 5-star rating. So fidelity. I'm going to be honest with you on the fidelity. I had some questions. I looked at the car from the side and I thought that roof line is not quite right. It's just a little bit quirky, and I think that the fins are a little bit too tall. But I didn't want to leave it there, and I started pulling pictures from the brochures, pictures from car shows, pictures from auction sites and everything. And I got to tell you something. It is an exact replica of the roof line and the fins on the full-size car. And I didn't realize it up until recently that that roof line is just a little bit odd, but they've replicated it. They got it. So fidelity, I'm going to give this a 5. I think they've just done a magnificent job, in particular on the side view. I appreciate it a lot more than I did when I first opened it up. And for trim, lensing, and badging, Stamp is just, they're setting the pace for this. They keep getting better and better. I'm giving it a 5. Colors a 5. Interior detail, if I could give it a 5+, I would give it a 5+. And those wheels and tires are deserving of a 5 as well. So now we're at the value, $129. You know, I've seen these go for as low as $109 on eBay, $120, $119. That's it. But you know, from the manufacturer, their suggested retail price is $129, and it's an excellent value at that. For me, that's a 5. So that gives us a 5-star rating of 30 out of 30. It just doesn't get any better than this. It's a magnificent model. Stamp has done a really incredible job in bringing it to us, and I love the color, and I appreciate the fidelity a whole lot more than I did when I first took a look at it. So this is my take on Stamp's 1969 Cadillac Coupe DeVille. Thanks for tuning in. Do me a favor before you go. Would you give me a like, a thumbs up down there? It helps the channel. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. And also, I love to hear the comments. And, you know, we've got a difference of opinion from time to time. It's okay. I like to hear about it. The manufacturers look at these things, so they'd probably appreciate hearing about it as well. Thanks for tuning in again, and I'll be back to talk to you soon. I've got some prototypes and color samples to show you here. That's coming up next.